Hey everyone. Okay, so this chapter is interesting because I like a lot of the ideas and concepts that it's exploring with starting off with the idea of Izuku discovering that yeah, at the time of like killing his family, killing his dog, destroying his home life in general, like Shigaraki was already wavering at that point of juncture where he's like his need for want and destruction of the world itself was already outweighing his confusion and grief of the awakening of his powers. Partially, I think, in part, large part, because his father was already like so abusive towards him, even if he was so abusive towards him. And to go along with that as well, I also like how this chapter does kind of explore the idea that for as much as Izuku wants to pretty much save Shigaraki, however much he wants to like pull Shigaraki out of this darkness, Shigaraki himself also does bring up a very interesting point, which is the very interesting point with so few words in this chapter, which is to say that is Izuku prepared to pull out everyone else out of that darkness? Because there are so many disenchanted lives out there who think in some ways the exact same way he does. He like Shigaraki in the same way Izuku acts as a hero of light for pretty much all the prospective heroes out there, everyone who wants to save the world. Shigaraki, in the reverse, again, as he says himself, is a hero to the villains. He's the voice. He's the voice for all of those disenfranchised voices who live in the darkness, who have given up on this society of heroes, who just believe that ultimately that Shigaraki's path is the righteous one, is just as much the righteous one as Izuku. There are those who believe Izuku's path is the righteous one. So it's that thing where you have to wonder like where exactly do these two forces meet in the middle, where it's not so much about one overcoming the other, it's about where do these two forces meet in the middle, and how can each come to uh, each kind of find just that kind of middle ground of where they can meet and like try and be open with each other about how they feel. Like it is kind of where as weird as it is to say, even though Shigaraki is clearly in the wrong for all that he's doing, at the end of the day, even if that at the end of the day, it's Shigaraki's just one threat. If he's defeated, then if he's just defeated, then someone like him is going to pop up again. So it's like it's kind of exploring how do you meet how do you stop these future villains from popping up again. I do like how it's exploring that. Now, with that said, as much as as much as I do like how the chapter explored a lot of this, it is one of those things as well where because of the 15-page limit on this chapter, it does feel like we didn't get to explore it enough. Like, don't get me wrong, we definitely got to explore it. We definitely got to explore at least the base level of a lot of this stuff that I liked. Like a lot of this on a base level, but again, because Horikoshi is for one reason or another being like forcibly only doing 15 pages a chapter, it does feel like the exploration of a lot of this was cut a little short, and hopefully I don't think this is the end of it, mind you, but like I think we'll explore this maybe a little bit further even in the next chapter. But it's like, yeah, I feel we could have used a little bit more time a few more pages to really explore this, honestly, in my opinion. But again, as is, I do enjoy what we got. It's just it feels like again the case of a page limit or whatever else is going on, kind of working against just the concepts and ideas that are being explored here a bit. Um, and but with that also said, and and I'll be honest too. I think one I'll be honest too with the whole thing of like of all for one like appearing in the mindscape. I'm like no, like, no offense to All For One, but I'm getting a little sick and tired of him continuously popping up. Like, I really wished we could have just pretty much done a lot of this. We could have gotten through. We could have gotten through this whole Shigaraki and Izuku thing without All For One popping up. Like, it feels like he's just at this point, like, with him basically defeated it by Bakugo along, feels like he's just kind of a plot point a plot point or something, a plot device at this point, and it's like, please, and it has me going, please, can you just please go away? I don't want to deal with you anymore. Like, again, I don't hate it, I guess, necessarily, but at the same time, it's like, please, you're kind of in the way at this point. All For One, can you please just go away? Like, I don't know if I'm alone in that, but that's kind of how I feel about All For One. Like, he's just kind of he was defeated already, but he's still there as a plot point. It's like, no, please, I would have been perfectly fine. Like, if it just continued. Like, I would have been perfectly fine if it just continued. If it used like Shigaraki's father as kind of as more the focal point of that scene, but no, it had to fall back on like a Mindscape All For One, and I'm like, no, please, no, I don't want to deal with you. But it is what it is. Um, but yeah, guys, that's pretty much all I got for this review. Though, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, follow me on Twitter, Analyst Crunchyroll, be sure notification bell, hit the subscribe button, and just share the video around, guys. Dark Knight Running, signing off. Later, everyone.